morning. Welcome. We're so excited to have you here at the first ever Algorand Impact Summit. It's a privilege for me as the India country head to be welcoming my colleagues, all the folks that are in the room that make up the Algorand ecosystem, our family of startups, of developers, of partners who have really catapulted our work in this first year that we've been on the ground in India. As Stacy mentioned, I love that I hadn't known that India is the fourth of our pillars at the foundation, but it is, I think, one of the most critical pillars. We in India, our team, we recognize that Stacy talked about all the attributes of Algorand's blockchain protocol, the things that make it the best in the world. What we are committed to in India, which we think, in India, like in any market, you can have the best technology in the world, but every day our focus with our team in India is showing our commitment to this market, showing our commitment to make sure that blockchain can be used to help India achieve its full potential, but also the types of use cases that Matt and Stacy have talked about, that use cases that have real-world utility. And in that endeavor, our focus in India this past year, which I'd like to talk about real briefly with you, our endeavor has been really built around three elements. The first element has been expanding our developer base, right? We're quite clear that in order for India to become the innovation hub of blockchain, core to it will be developers who are ready to build the world's greatest solutions, not just for the world, but for India. And so we have invested heavily in expanding the developer base here in the country. We did our first two faculty development programs at JNTU Hyderabad and NIT Patna. And since then, we've, I think, launched about 35 blockchain clubs. I'm really excited to report that every one of those clubs is represented at the Impact Summit today. We've got kids that have traveled from all over the country. Most of them are in that room. They're hungry, they're learning, they're developing. It is, if you were to go into that room, the energy level is crazy. It's actually quite warm in that room because there's no room to move. But the focus there is, again, learning how to build solutions on Algorand's protocol. So we have invested heavily through these partnerships with universities. We're announcing a partnership with NASSCOM this week, which is going to be another platform through which our developers are going to learn to build on Algorand. The second big focus of our efforts here in India is investing in the startup ecosystem. We are actively, so one of the elements of the Impact Summit this week is going to be the pitch competition that began about 4 months ago, where we started with about 175 startups, teams that came in to build, learn, advance their journey on the blockchain, building a blockchain solution on Algorand. And we have gone from 175 to 40 to 25 to 10 that are here. They're pitching in the room over there. And tomorrow, the top 3 are going to be here presenting their solutions. They're amazing. The types of solutions our developers here in India are building, I think they just blow us away. Our DevRel team that are led by Jason Weathersby and Ryan Fox, who are over in the other room, they are amazed. They've done office hours, they've done workshops with these young developers here in India. And again, I think they continue to be amazed by the amount of innovation and the enthusiasm for building on blockchain, and certainly we're excited to see them building on Algorand. That's just been one of the elements here on the map behind me. You see the number of cities across the country where we've already begun to see teams that are building on Algorand, that have begun, that have participated in our events, that are part of the journey on building a solution on Algorand. A part of that journey will next year, we start a couple of key partnerships that are going to be announced this week, where again, our focus is not just bringing people in and doing a single event, but really extending that relationship, driving them over the next year so that they can raise capital, they get their product ready for the market, and they can launch on mainnet. That's when we've really achieved our objective of letting these entrepreneurs really thrive. So that's the second part of our work here in India. We've got expanding the developer base. We've got the startup ecosystem. And third is our partnerships. We are committed to partnering with the best-in-class organizations in India. India is packed with institutions that are truly world-class, as you all know. And we've had the joy this year of announcing partnerships with state governments, with organizations like T-Hub, NASCOM, as I mentioned, will be announcing, State of Telangana, organizations like Seva and Mandeshi. These are, as you get to learn about the organizations and the work we're doing with them over the course of the next 2 days, you're going to be, I'm amazed that we get to work with organizations like that we get to bring blockchain to help the farmer. To help I see Bilal, my good friend, the work that you do with farmers. In India, we're helping farmers earn carbon credits. You're going to hear it from Suraj from Sow and Reap. You're going to learn about Handloom Weavers, where blockchain is helping authenticate the beautiful product. You've seen, most of you should have received a gamsha that's wrapped around Stacy's neck here. That's handmade. And not everyone knows that handmade, how much work goes into a handmade piece of cloth like that. It competes with a machine-made one. And so if you provide information, if you authenticate, if you enable tracking and traceability so that you know how that product got from the woman who created it to the person who's using it, the value you create is amazing. And so you're going to hear stories like that over the course of the next couple of days. But what I'd like to say is those partnerships with organizations like Seva, like Mandeshi, like NASCOM, like T-Hub, they're the ones that are really accelerating our work and our progress here in India. The last thing I'd like to just mention about our work in India is our amazing support that we're getting from our advisory committee. Behind me, you see the people that really give us the impetus, the connection, and just the leverage of support with government, with organizations that want to understand. There's concerns about crypto, the regulatory environment, about building solutions on blockchain that have an element of on-ramping and off-ramping cryptocurrency. So with our government, the support from Dr. R.S. Sharma, Dr. Indu Bhushan, Dr. K.P. Krishnan, Anuradha Mitra, who I see over here, Mr. Prashant Saran. These are people who spent decades in government, right? And it's invaluable to have the support of people who can guide us, who as they begin to understand the power of blockchain, who can bring us into conversations with key thought leaders and decision makers. So that's our work in India for the past year. It's been an amazing year for me. I'm blessed to have the support of my boss, Stacy Warden, who I've known since she was in kindergarten, as she said. So she can't be too mean to me because I'll bust out some stories that that won't be that friendly. But no, seriously, I'm blessed to have the opportunity to lead our efforts and our work in India and to be supported by such an amazing team on the ground here, all of whom you'll get to meet over the next few days. I'm glad you're here. I hope you enjoy the next couple days. I guarantee you'll learn, and I think you'll really enjoy the people you meet and the stories you hear about. So welcome. I'm excited to get on with the show. Thank you.